All right. Welcome to Thriving Coach Intensive. Class is now in session. So, we are in session 4, part 1, Your Time to Shine. So, in last session, we discussed the fastest path to cash. We determined what a warm market is and why it's so important. We discussed at length the people that make up your warm market and how they can be of value to your business. We cover the main objectives of networking. We cover the 3 different scripts you can use to tackle the dreaded elevator speech. We defined what referrals are and why they're so important to your business. And we also covered how to enroll clients elegantly into your one-on-one offer. So what you're going to learn in this session is how to warm up that cold market we mentioned last time. We're going to review the many ways you can market online. We're also going to identify one of the fastest ways to connect with your audience, position yourself as an expert, and grow your list. Can't wait for this. And we're going to talk about the 3 best ways to get over the fear of just about anything. So remember, when we were talking about your markets, you have 2 options. There's your warm market, and then there's the general public, which we're going to refer to as your cold market. And just to define those, your warm market is a target audience or potential customer base with which you already have some form of relationship or history with. So we talked at length about your warm market and who makes up your warm market. Your cold market is a target audience or potential customer base who was unfamiliar with you or your services. So, like we mentioned last time, the reason you blog, tweet, make Facebook updates, create YouTube videos, and market in general is to turn your cold market warm. We want that cold market to be familiar and have a relationship or history with you at some point. So there are many ways you can market online, many of which you've heard of. There's blogging, there's vlogging, which is videos for your blog, guest posting to get in front of other people's audience, sending out your newsletter to your market and telling them what's up for you, regularly posting on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all that social media interaction. Is marketing. It's letting people know what you're up to, people who know you and people who are just stumbling upon you. And the list goes on and on. I mean, we could deep dive into each one of these, but I want to talk about the most effective way to reach out to your market that is unfamiliar with you, and how you can let them know about the wonderful work that you do in the world. So do you want to know what that is? It's webinars. Ooh, 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 ooh. Webinar. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said a wine bar. Haha, just a little joke. The wine bar comes after the webinar. But really, what the heck is a webinar? It's an online event, essentially. And actually, it could be a webinar or a teleclass. So a teleclass or a teleconference, what is that? It's a seminar or a group call conducted via telephone or conference phone line. And the distinction I want to make here is that a teleclass is audio only. It's literally as if you're on the phone with a friend or another person, or on a conference call. It's just voice to voice, or your voice to their ears. A webinar, on the other hand, is a live seminar given via the internet, and it includes audio and visual elements. So just like now you can hear my voice, but you're also reading the screen, this is more webinar format. And it's usually live, however. So this is why teleclasses and webinars rock. It gives you a quick and easy way to get your message out to your ideal customer. You're able to exhibit your passion for your topic and showcase your expertise all within an hour. By getting to hear your voice and spend extended time with you, you have the opportunity to develop instant rapport with your ideal clients. And again, just be in the mindset that we're talking about a cold market. So this is a really great way for someone who has no idea who you are, what you do, or how you feel about what you do. They really get to build that instant rapport once they get to experience you via teleclass or webinar. It's also a great opportunity to get a well-curated list of active participants. What does that mean? I mean that you're going to put out a topic, and the people who sign up to listen to it are interested in that topic. So you have a really well-curated list of people who want to hear about exactly what you're talking about, not just random people hopping on a call. So it's a really great way to build your list, and it's going to be a very active, interested list. You also get an idea of the topics and idea that your community most resonates with. How? What do you get the biggest response from when you do put your topic out? Or what do people light up about or write you about after they've heard your webinar? You get a really good idea of what your community wants to hear. It also positions you as an expert. It's as if you're in the front of the room teaching, but just virtually, and you get to talk about what you know, and you're just teaching, and so it positions you as the expert on the topic that you choose. And it's also an easy and fast and great way to find your first one-on-one clients, and that's what we want. All right, Jennifer. So if teleclasses and webinars are all that, why isn't everyone doing them? And this is what you're probably thinking, and you're getting sassy with me. That's why you said doing them instead of doing them. And that's okay. I'll let it slide because it's a very valid question. And I have an answer for you. Most people are afraid of being seen. They're afraid of stepping out as an expert. They're afraid of being wrong, afraid of the tech piece. They're afraid they won't know what to talk about. They're afraid of being exposed as a fraud. They're afraid of no one showing up to their online event. They're afraid of not having enough to share in their online event, in their content. And the list really goes on and on and on and on and on. I've worked with countless clients, and all of these and more are reasons why they don't want to step into the spotlight and shine their light. So what's a well-meaning coach who has a passion in her heart and a message in her soul supposed to do? Just do it. As in Nikes, just do it. Just go for it. Take the leap. Or one of my favorite books, I'm going to take their title, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. That's a book by Susan Jeffers. You're going to have to push through fear and do it anyway. So that's my short answer. But I will support you and give you some ways to get over the fear of doing just about doing anything. So the best 3 ways to get over the fear of doing anything is to first get educated, get an idea of what the task at hand is, and research the best practices, right? So I get that there is a fear of the unknown. Like, I have no idea how to even leap into this. So you want to get educated, research a bit, and hint, you're already doing that because you're in this course. So you're already being very savvy and very smart, and you're already on your way to busting through the fear. The next step is to get moving, take action, do more of what works, analyze what works, and then eliminate what either you didn't like, you didn't feel comfortable with, or what really didn't work for you. And then after that, just go again. Keep at it, revisit, revamp, and recharge. As long as you keep going and stick with it and learn along the way, you're sure to be a success, right? So when we're talking about teleclasses and webinars, you're taking this course. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis. Take action. Get that webinar up and going, and then just analyze, revisit it, what worked, what didn't, and just keep going from there. And of course, I'm going to support you through that whole journey, so don't worry, you're not on your own. So I talked about why teleclasses and webinars rock in general, but this is why it's really perfect for someone who is building a business from the ground up. You don't have to have a website to do a webinar or to have a teleclass, and you don't need a website to get your first client. Woohoo! You can begin growing your list from day one, and again, not just any list, a list that is highly interested in your topic. You get to test out ideas and topics to see what lights up your client. So you have a general idea of the direction you're moving in, but you can see like, oh my gosh, they ate up, my topic when I was doing XYZ, and when I did ABC, not so much. So it really helps guide, your business and what direction you move in. And you don't have to be internet famous to be a thriving coach with consistent business. So you see the people who are out in front online, and it feels like I got to get there to even get my first client, but how can I get there when I need an income coming in? So just know, by being able to do these online events, you don't have to be internet famous to be able to be a working and thriving coach. It's also a marketing technique and skill worth developing now, because you'll be able to use it for the duration of your business. As you have bigger programs you want to fill, or anything, as you change directions, rebrand, just want to continue your marketing and growing your list, it's a technique that is really great for you to hone in on. Okay, I'm convinced you've twisted my arm. Even though I'm a bit scared, I see this is a good move for me and my business. So, how exactly does one create and conduct a kick butt teleclass or webinar? Oh, you guys ask such great questions. I'm so glad you asked. But you have to stay tuned for session 4, part 2, where we get all how to about how to create your teleclasses and webinars. So, that's what we're going to do next. But first, let's do a quick review of what we talked about in part 1. We really got down to the difference between your warm and cold markets. We also talked about how to warm up that cold market. We reviewed the many ways, really, you can market online and identified one of the fastest and most effective ways to connect with your audience and grow your list. We also identified the difference between a teleclass and a webinar and why they rock. We talked about the 3 best ways to get over the fear of just about anything. And we talked about why conducting a teleclass and webinar is really perfect for someone building their business from the ground up like a newbie coach. So next up, we have session 4, part 2, Your Time to Shine. See you there.